IELTS reading tips. Summary completion. In these kinds of questions, you will be given a summary of information from the text, and there will be some gaps in that summary. You will either be given a list of words to fill the gaps with or asked to find the answers in the reading text. Your job is to insert some of the words from the list into the gaps, or if asked, to fill the gaps with word from the text. There will be more words in the list than required to fill the gaps. All of the information contained in the summary will also be contained in the reading text, but they will use synonyms and paraphrasing, so don't expect to see the same words. The summary may relate to the whole passage, or only a part of it, and the text of the summary will follow the order of the text of the passage. What is being tested? 1. The main skill here is the ability to read a text quickly and understand its general meaning. If you can do this, you should be able to predict many of the correct answers, even before you analyze the text. 2. The vocabulary skill you need most is the ability to recognize synonyms, or words, that have a similar meaning. This is because the words from the summary may not exactly match the reading passage itself. 3. Another key skill is to think grammar. Each word you place in the summary must fit in grammatically. It helps to know whether you need a noun, adjective, verb, or adverb. How to approach summary completion questions. Number 1. Read the instructions carefully. Note that in the sample task, you must only use your words from the reading passage, and that you may use no more than 3 words to complete each sentence. 2. Briefly read through all the incomplete sentences, to get an idea of what information you will have to find in the text. 3. Read the first sentence more carefully. Decide what information you will need. In this case, you will look for a section discussing inquiries about improving safety procedures. Number 4. Once you have found the relevant section of the reading text, look back at the incomplete sentence, and decide what specific information you need to complete it. In this case, you need to find what was initiated. 5. Read that part of the text more carefully to find the answer. Remember that the correct answer may need to look for another answer. In some IELTS tests the instructions will not say, using words taken from the text, in which case, you can use your own words, or change the form of the words in the reading text. Common problems and mistakes. This question does not expect you to have a detailed understanding of the text. Some students lose lots of time reading the whole text and trying to understand everything. You don't need to do this. Focus more on the summary in the question. Some students read the summary and then look for the exact same words in the reading text. You are unlikely to find these because the examiners use synonyms and paraphrasing. A common mistake is to ignore grammar rules when completing the summary. If the sentence does not make sense grammatically, then you have the wrong answer. The examiners also try to trick you by putting a word from the text as one of the options. Some students recognize this and think this is the correct answer. It is probably because the answer will normally be a synonym rather than a matching word. Here are few tips to do the summary completion questions. Number 1. Read the instructions to the questions very carefully. 2. Skim through the summary, ignoring the blanks to understand its general meaning. Number 3. Identify which part of the passage the summary relates to. You don't want to waste time looking at parts of the passage that are not included in the summary. To do this, look at the first and last questions in the summary. 4. Look at each gap in turn. If you can, try and predict the meaning of the word from your understanding of the text. Then, to look through all the words. Number 5. Check with the passage. You can use your keyword strategy to identify the correct part of the passage, but remember, you are looking for synonyms. And the last, 6. Check to see if your word is grammatical. Think about nouns, adjectives, verbs, and adverbs. Hope this useful. Thank you for watching. Press liked, shared, and subscribe below. See you in the next video. IELTS reading tips.